with somebody. Oh, what's the win-loss, Fiesel? Fiesel, it's 1-3 for Problems and 2-2 for Jighart. And they're off already. We are just going in on it. So,
silver's in the very first chest.
That's gonna make both these runners feel really good.
Silverless Ganon? No, not confirmed already.
So yeah, the story of Problems' tournament life has essentially been that before the matches have even started, the luck has been against him. So in a Swiss tournament, there are always people who are going to get paired up or paired down. Now Problems has been paired up, which means that he is playing people who have won more games than him in every single one of his races, except for the first one.
It looks like the triple were just, well, blue rupees.
That's not the worst. Like 20 rupees is good. I mean, you're pretty happy when an enemy drops a red, right?
Yeah, or when Jighart just finds a red in the Uncle chest.
That's less happy. It's kind of weird, right? Like, you're always excited to see a red drop off of an enemy, but if it's in that chest, you're like, no. And there's the glove already on the race game. The Problems is going to go and grab that.
And we had the Fisher Price shield being in the Sanctuary. And we had a map check. I saw Crystal 4 on Hera, Crystal 1 on EP, and I did not see the Desert one.
Oh, I'm sure Shades will have caught it. Oh, it's 417. So no red, no pendants, but that does mean that we're going to have a bit of an easier time.
Well, hopefully have an easier time.
Oh yeah, I mean, they could get Mire Ice. They could get, like, Pod, Thieves Town, Stall as pendants. That's just awful.
Indeed. And Jighart just farming more rupees, tossing, like, everything in the kitchen sink at enemies to kill them so he can get that triple.
It made sense. He's also going to check out this right here, the Lumberjack Cave. Our first sign of an aggro required, and I believe it's just rupees.
I always like seeing that, and I think the runners would as well, just seeing that ag is not required for the Lumberjack item. Just a whole lot of rupees in the chicken coop. And Jighart finding yet another big 20.
Oh, it looks like a piece of heart? Oh, my bad. Still, useless. I was looking for, like, white underneath. That's how I tell if an item is not something I need. Unless it's very thin. Ooh, a hammer!
Nice find.
Oh, wow. Actually, with the Power Gloves at race game, all they need is the Moon Pearl.
Indeed. And Problems getting scammed again by the bottle vendor. Well, Jighart picks up the exact same amount of rupees, but he gets them for free.
The reason why you can't stab people with silver arrows is because, have you ever actually tried to, like, use a bow and arrow, but just take the arrows and poke people?
Oh, and there's a Dark World access. Under 3.5 minutes.
Problems is going to be able to walk straight to Dark World after he chits all this. I think he's going to go straight into Thieves Town. Once he gets that hammer, he'll walk right back south, and he'll enter Thieves Town.
But from what would you do? If you had 3.5 minutes Dark World access, would you go into the Dark World with green mail and 3 hearts?
When it's like this, yeah, absolutely. Because with Problems, he's going to go get the hammer from the Thieves side, and then he can walk straight down. He can go, like, and it's a little bit to the left, straight down. He's right there. Dark World's right there.
And already run validated at 4 minutes. This is a jet seat confirmed.
I don't know if I do any dungeons, but I would probably do the overworld. Maybe I would do Turtle Rock. I don't know how Problems or Jighart are with. Oh, this is crazy.
And probably just having to backtrack a little bit for Sick Kid here, which should not be a problem.
They have a weapon. They have the hammer. Go to Ice Palace. Oh, chat. Never change.
The worst part is they have green mail 4 hearts, yet they have the ability to full clear TT, including the big chest.
Yep. game could expect it too. Game might just keep giving them 20s all game, all for the rest of everything, and their next progression will be there. This is nuts. Problems is going to... Wow. Yeah, I think I would definitely do Dark World Overworld, and just like maybe the first 4 chests in Thieves Town, and then just Death Wart. That's another
I think
option.
that would be the best thing. You just get those quick out of the way chests in the Thieves Town, and then head to the southern part, because they also have Hype Cave access right now, and that is a lot of items.
No. Oh, and he saves and quits.
He's probably opting to do the regular way first, and after that he'll go to the Dark World.
That might be it. He might not want to like confuse himself.
And yeah, he's going towards escape with that hammer, just looking at what's there. It will be nice to see though, because Jighart did went to Uncle on the first chest, but he never checked the full escape because he did not have a weapon yet.
That's pretty common with the Uncle First route, which is why some people dislike it. Problems is very anti-Uncle First, because he'd rather combine it with literally anything else related to the castle.
Now I can imagine a lot of people doing the Uncle First though, because Jighart immediately got a triple, and if you could find bombs there, that makes, well, things just a lot more convenient.
Yeah, chat. Some people in chat are also pointing out that that the mirror would be nice, because then you could do all of Overworld in one loop right now. That would be pretty well, except for the Smiths. Thank you.
Yeah, and Jighart going straight for those gloves, I mean, I wonder if he will opt to go to the Dark World first, or if he will continue to go some Light World dungeons.
Well, you need Samaria to, like, get to the boss. Oh, if Myro's Pennant. Sorry, we're at Lumberjack. Oh, are you wondering if, like, to hover in Turtle Rock? Absolutely never.
I don't think anyone is insane enough to try that hover in Turtle Rock. Oh well, maybe Andy, but yeah. Andy just hovers everything.
No, I don't think Andy would either. It just seems... That seems like a challenge run.
And another big 20 found, so... Well, the advantage is the more big 20s they find, the less there are on the map. And we're gonna see escape on both ways here from Jighart and Problems. Which part will hold progression? Oh, the bow!
They have a silver bow.
Dark World Axes and silver bow in 8 minutes. What is this seed?
I'm getting vibes from last night, man. It's being too kind, too early.
Yeah, at least this time they already know that Aga is not required, unlike this morning. And it looks like they're both going towards the Dam and Mini Moldorm play. Just avoiding the Dark World for now.
Yeah, I mean, lack of mirror is probably the reason. And just not wanting to lose track of the seed. The seed has literally no direction to it. Carcat pointed that out in chat. One of the devs. If you see him in chat, it's MMS base. Point out that this seed's bad because it gives you no direction, and that is a negative. It mates for a very interesting race, but it mates for a very difficult seed.
And it's also really fun to watch as well, because they have so many options, and I think 9 out of 10 times both players opt to go a different route.
They also might just not want to randomly die, which...
That would be a fair point as well, but then again, they're heading towards the killer crabs right now on the beach, which probably do more damage than any Dark World enemy.
Nope, they do about the same. Dark World enemies deal about 2.
Oh, and Jighart opting to go for bomb strats while we have 31 arrows.
That's a good point.
But then again, it doesn't matter. He clears them out like it's nothing. The problem's just following at the exact same time.
Sync! Ish.
The high five hype cave
Wow,
or
2020 50 lamp. Well, I think we know where Jighart's gonna go.
yeah,
Well,
this
but after
this
that,
definitely points out towards Eastern Palace and Pod with like having
Oh.
lamp, hammer, and bow this early.
they're both gonna do. They're both gonna fake flip right here. Calling it. Neither are gonna go to Ice Rod.
I'm actually happy that they both use a different skin, else we might have thinking, well, that they use
Never
the
mind.
exact same screen.
Wow,
They're
thanks
still
for
going for the
proving me
exact
wrong.
same play.
Wow, thanks for proving me wrong, guys.
Problems did pick up the ball because it. Oh no, wait, the ball was in the back half of Escape, and Problems has not been there yet.
Yep, he didn't miss it. It's just he did a different route.
Indeed, I would expect him to go there after his fake flipper towards Zora.
Oh, Jighart is not fate flipping, but Problems is. Jighart's probably gonna go straight to Eastern. Reading the seed.
Yeah, I can relate to this though, because V26 has somewhat of a bias towards dungeons, and well, he can clear his first crystal within probably 15 minutes, so why not do it?
Yeah, and Problems doesn't have the bow, so I think maybe Problems would have done the same thing. I'm not sure. If Flippin' area doesn't have anything, that's gonna be bad for Problems.
Green Pendant and Misery Mire, so the flute might not be required this run. Oh, and Hobo giving away his last money.
Oh, not continuing the fake flip. Yep,
Yeah,
gonna
he's-
step at the Sanctuary.
That's what I would expect, because he hasn't been here yet.
Possibly Death Mountain, but probably not without the mirror or hook shot.
That's what I would think as well, because if he was going toward Death Mountain, the only thing he can check right now is Inside Spectacle Rock and the Old Man. I think he wants to wait for either mirror or hook shot.
Some people do really like to have that save point though, but I don't think Problems values it that highly.
Yeah, it's a choice runners make. I mean, me personally, I wait until I have mids or hook shot so I can clear way more than just for that one chest.
So Problems is going to check the Sanctuary chest, which Jighart didn't have the lamps and didn't feel comfortable, I guess, doing that, which I understand it's not the easiest thing in the world.
If this holds a good item, this could be pretty huge because they have so much for the clear out overworld right now. So I think that one chest and escape will just, well, be removed from Jighart's mind.
Oh yeah, and Pod. Jighart might go straight to Pod.
And just 10 arrows in the back of escape, unfortunately for Problems.
At least he has that out of the way. He's going to go to
And
his house.
Jighart finding 10 arrows in Eastern Palace in the meanwhile.
Now, what if Oh, where to go? Darn it, I was hoping that he was going to go to Pod and gamble on the mirror.
Yeah, but then again, he does find his bow, so it makes total sense that he would go to EP first because he can clear it. I think, at least I feel like a lot of people follow the logic of I can clear a dungeon in V26, might as well just do it.
Yeah, especially when the game's doing access so early.
Yeah, and I would expect them to, well, after they finish EP, to save and quit and go into the Dark World, Hype Cave, and then Pod right after. But let's see, did Jighart pick up the big key yet on Eastern? I did not see that yet.
Okay, so Problems IRL is fallen just slightly behind Jighart. Really only difference is that he decided to do the sewers.
And the fake flipper already to Hobel. But that's about the only difference which these two runners have. So I think if I counted correctly, there's only one item left in EP. So either the big chest will hold it or Armos. And there we go, one extra heart piece for their Dark World adventures after this. Jighart getting trolled a little bit in the room by the squids because he does not have a sword to swipe them out of his way.
Yeah, sometimes you just got a damage boost through these rooms. No reason to waste arrows on guys like this. Unless you're fishing for like a bomb drop.
No, that is true. But then again, as soon as they head into... Oh, well, there's your bomb drop, though. But I think as soon as they go into pod, then they'll probably find more than enough bombs right there.
Yeah. Wow, really good reflexes there, getting those guys as they were triggered.
And this Armos fight should be over in a couple of seconds because of that silver arrows. And perfect execution by Jighart, netting his first crystal at roughly 17 minutes in.
Yep. They haven't touched the Dark World yet, which is interesting because they've had Dark World access for about 10 minutes now.
Which is quite weird to say.
Yeah. And this kind of goes to show that like early Dark World access doesn't mean too much. I mean, if you have it, but you have other options, you'd almost prefer to do everything else. Oh, Jighart not going straight to pod.
No, because he doesn't... Well, I think he's going to go to Hype Cave first and then head into pod.
I guess. I just...
Oh wait,
Nope.
he did not do the front half of escape, which probably...
Right. Oh, okay. Problems down the D-boost chest.
I think both of them just want to get as much Light World overworld behind them before they head into the regular Dark World. Because usually when people play these seeds, you go to these spots early in the game, and the later you get them, I think the more often you try to forget about them. But let's see what Problems does after this, because I would definitely expect him to go into the Dark World fairly soon.
Yeah, I mean, I think Problems, since he's done most of the overworld that he can do, I don't see a reason not to go to pod. He hasn't done Zora, but he had the option to.
Indeed, but I do have to say, what a weird feeling this is after that seed we co-commentated on this morning.
It's feeling eerily similar, though. Way too nice early game.
Yeah, that's true, but then again, we do not have Aghanim required, which is good.
Is. Problems opt in to arrow a lot of those guys instead.
I think it's just a matter of preference, because in this room there are 20 arrows to be found, and if you have silvers, you can easily restock on them.
Mm-hmm. You only need sits to do this fight, so... Oh, wow, and Problems with just masterful execution there. That was beautiful. Jeez.
Both of these guys just making quick work of Armos with those silver arrows. And Jighart setting up the Death Warp right here.
But, oh, to check the sewers. Makes sense.
Yeah, he did not do that one chest. Just happy enough that he did not get a sank piece of heart.
Still not checking... Okay, so I guess he's gonna check Hype Cave with pod rather than just doing pod.
And yeah, it looks like Problems is heading into the Dark World.
You can He's telling us the same guy who did the GDT run. No, not even close. Well, okay, we're both Canadian, but that's about where the similarities stop.
This Zelda has an S extra in comparison. Let's see, we have a red pendant swamp, Skull Woods even. And I did not see the rest of them.
Anonymous, not only did I see it, I was commentating it with Zernatal. Zertanol.
Chat says that Ice Palace is... Oh wait, 5 is part, 6 is Turtle Rock. Turtle Rock on 6, that is a really weird one to see.
Mm-hmm. No, as I've been commentating, I've been told by a lot of runners not to value the fairy very highly, so... I mean, I've been putting less focus on the 5/6 crystal as of late. Poor cave. It's lost its luster.
The days where you would actually get off your chair and cheer for all the items you would get in that one cave has just taken place for, well, let's just grab another handful of popcorn because that is more interesting. That's whatever's in this cave.
I've literally not played or seen the randomizer much with Hype Cave being hyped, so it's very confusing to me that it was Hype Cave at one point, and we're gonna see Jighart doing Thieves Town, like the west side of Dark World, while Problems is gonna do left side of Dark World. Or sorry, I said those wrong. West and east. That's what I meant. And
there we go. 5 and 6 T-Rock and Pod indeed. Blue at Swamp, red at Skull, and Meyer even being green pendant.
So Swamp means that flippers may not be required. Because...
Nor mirror.
Yeah, because you can actually fake flip to Ice Palace. And some seeds, that's going to save you time. Because flippers can be in a lot of places. And if flippers are, like, not early, you could almost gamble that Ice Palace is, like, going to be the last dungeon.
Indeed. But this dungeon setup could mean that we do not have a mirror and we do not find a hookshot until Ganon Tower.
Also means that we could not find the flute. No mirror, no flute, maybe no boots. Because boots are sometimes the required item to enter Mire.
Maybe no flippers.
Maybe no flippers. That's a lot of convenient items that may just be sitting in Ganon's tower right now.
Indeed. Let's just hope that we do not shout go mode at every single item they pick up after like the 5th or 6th. Because these are a lot of unknowns going into Ganon Tower. Ooh, and Kane of Samaria being in pod.
That's a big deal. So, somebody in chat wanted that triple dip. Turtle Rock, this is the start of that. You find an early Samaria, then you have to go into Turtle Rock to grab an item. And then you have to go back.
Which turns into the mirror, which turns into an ice rod, I think.
No, you need the fire rod or the mirror. Because like you can get an item that locks the fire rod, like boots. And then it's boots locked fire rod, and then you have to go back. You can only get so far, then you have to go back and get ice rod. And that's the sequence.
Well, this morning I said I have never seen a seed with Aghanim required and pedestal, so I'm gonna say that I have never ever seen a seed with that one being required, a triple dip into T-Rock.
Oh my! Is this the double? Are you using your commentator's curse powers twice in one day?
Well, I use it for chat because they like seeds like that.
Jighart's waiting for that as the skeletons are enclosing on his position. I don't think there was anything in Skull Woods this time, unfortunately, for Jighart.
I think there's still one item left, but Skull Woods has been so full of value in V26 that I definitely don't disagree with this play.
No, it's absolutely right. If you look at the math of it, it's a 45% chance that an item is going to be chilling in that dungeon. That is statistically very relevant.
That is pretty big indeed. I did not know that it was that much.
Yeah, I believe it was, I'll say it was either Dark Magician or Carcat did a huge, like 100k seeds, like that. Did a huge, really in-depth analysis. It's posted somewhere. I just don't remember where.
And we're about to get into the party area of Pod, so let's get your hypes ready and hope that there are a lot of good items, apart from the triple bombs that Problem just found right there.
Oh, and that was a sword for Jighart.
First sword indeed, at 25 minutes in. That is not bad. I've seen way worse. And Problem just going into pot, picking up every single pot to stack up on a little bit of bombs because he was just out of bombs when he reached the end of the arrow area. Both of our runners just clearing out the dungeons that they can, which is lovely to see that we're getting so much information about where items could be. And if I counted correctly, there is one more small key here, a map, a compass, and everything else is an item in here.
Correct. There are 4 items and like 8 chests in total. 9?
Yeah, I think
9.
he has three items left because he found the cane and 3 bombs.
Oh, you're talking about Pod.
I was talking about
whoops.
Problems. Yeah, it's confusing when 2 people enter the same dungeon, indeed.
Yeah, Pod is like 6, 7 keys.
I don't know how many, but it's a lot of keys.
It's like 14 or 15 chests, including the boss. Problems is damage boosting using the fires, which always deal 1 heart of damage.
Yeah, since he doesn't have the mirror, this is a really good setup.
You were saying?
Well, he did not have the mirror at the point that I said it, so...
He might still opt to damage boost, though.
I should really stop saying these things, though, because every single time they find one of those things, or yeah,
he's opting to heal. Even though he has the mirror, it's nice to get that heal. Yeah, this Pod is crazy. Mirror and Samaria already. Now you can go straight to the Eastern Palace that he's already completed.
Well, chat wants me to say that ProblemsIRL still lacks the Fire Rod in order to get into T-Rock or a medallion.
I did say it would be pretty cool to gamble Turtle Rock. Or sorry, to gamble Pod.
Indeed.
Doesn't even have to do the silly push puzzle here.
But finding these items in Pod is not that much of a deal because it is a required crystal dungeon, and I expect come on, Jighart, stop finding items when I talk.
That is Titans.
That is huge.
That mirror and that Titans combined is I wonder if Problems with the mirror is going to go to Death Mountain first, or if he is going to go to Thieves Town.
That is a pretty difficult decision, I think. Because he does have the mirror, so he could do the entire blacksmith route as well, which Jighart can do, but through save and quitting. I think if I were Problems, then I would definitely go there and hope for a hook shot before I head up to Death Mountain.
That would be nice. Just because, like, Dark Death Mountain. If you're Jighart, you kinda... Jighart doesn't have an incentive to go to Death Mountain, so he might go to Pod next. After doing some overworld.
I'm expecting him to grab the frog on a world tour in a bit and just, save quit after for that. Let's see how nice Helmasaur is to Problems now.
Although, this is, he might want to do Thieves Town just because he has the hammer and it's crystal.
And Problems making really quick work of Helmasaur using those silvers again. And he gets a burrito for his troubles. Or should I say for his problems?
I feel like he has literally never heard that joke before.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay, let's see where Problems IRL goes. Where he saves and quits here is going to be Sanctuary. He's going to Death Mountain.
Or into the Village of Outcasts. He still has two possibilities. And using the awesome mirror strat of not having to walk all the way back. Ooh, an ice rod found in TUT.
I didn't know you could do that.
So we're just a fire rod and a medallion away from having Turtle Rock access.
Man, these runners are being sent into two totally different directions. Both routes here led to progression. Ooh, we're gonna get to watch the very slow hammer game here.
Get your resident sleepers out, chat, because this is going to take a while. 25 pegs needing to be hammered down and be walked across.
Oh, Problems hasn't actually checked the tree.
I think you'll be happy to see that. It's just a piece of heart.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets a heart container for all of his issues. But I think it's actually really nice to see that both runners decide to go for a completely different route and finding progressives for completely different routes again.
Yeah, we'll see if... Like, if Ice Rod isn't really progression where he is, like, he doesn't actually have access to Trinets, it's just nice to have that. Okay, I know I don't have to look for this Ice Rod. That can be anywhere. Oh, and flippers!
Oh, they're the flippers.
Ooh.
So, according to the logic, they have access to Ice Palace now. They don't have to fake flipper.
They have access to almost everything, honestly. Yeah, they don't have to fake flipper. With glitches, they can do the whole dungeon. With correct key placement, the logic will could actually require them to do the whole dungeon. It's a boots! It's the boots!
It's a digging game!
We found them! We get to go fast now, friends.
This is actually really good for Jighart because I think he's slightly behind, but these boots having these boots way earlier than Problems makes up a lot of time.
I don't know, I'm almost starting to think that Jighart's route might pay off better. We'll see what's on Death Mountain.
I think we'll know who's in the lead once their routes converge, but this moment I have no idea where that will be.
Yeah, they're on two completely different routes right now. This isn't even like close. It's gonna be very difficult. If they're doing different crystals, they're doing different dungeons. Problems is about to complete his his third crystal. Well, Jighart's gonna be also head into his third crystal, but his will be a bit longer.
Yeah, but that one crystal will give him access to Dark World, or to Death Mountain even.
Mm-hmm. The mirror will also give Problems better, like, South Dark World. Sorry, this main Dark World access. But when Jighart goes to Death Mountain, he'll be able to check every single chest on Death Mountain.
Indeed.
So,
well, apart from the Ether Tablet, because they still...
Oh, yeah. Correct.
And we have the awesome Hera basement being required here.
Luckily, this is a crystal, so both runners will have to go through this. Which is a nice little relief.
It looks like Problems is taking a body break right here.
Mm-hmm. Got a lift. Do you even lift? Apparently, Problems does.
And he's setting up for the Death Warp, I think. At least he's taking so much damage by now that I don't think he's going to mirror.
Yeah, Death Warping.
And yeah, Jighart going to be very happy with his pod play here because he will find his key in a mirror.
Yep, Kane, mirror. I believe that was all that was here, which is more than enough to make it worth it.
And so far, Hera only has a red rupee.
Well, Hera is more. You're more here for the crystal. With only 2 items, it's not too valuable of a place, but it's easy to knock out. Doesn't take very long to check everything. Sometimes you luck out. You don't even have to do most of it. Like now, he can just go straight to the boss. He doesn't even have to worry about the bid chest. So this isn't very long. He gets to knock out a boss. Checks off a check mark.
But the advantage that Jighart will have over Problems is that he does have the mitts for the Dark World Death Mountain. And Problems will have to go back for that.
Yeah, so if something is in Hoodshot Cave or the Bunny, or if maybe the logic actually dictates that, maybe Problems will find the medallion and the fire rod for Turtle Rock. He won't even know.
And Problems is still waiting for his first sword as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. Death Mountain could just be swords.
That is true. But then again, that was a beautiful hammer fight from Problems on that Moldorm.
That is a really good thing to practice as a randomizer runner. One of the ways that you end up getting up here is with the hammer and the hook shot. So it's really, really good to learn the hammer strats for all of Tower of Hera.
And let's see what is on Floating Island today.
Just a piece of art. Vanilla.
Ooh, vanilla. That's not fun unless it's, of course, a vanilla dungeon item.
I think everything in Randomizer's fun. That's why we're here, for fun.
That is true. I mean, when I watch randomizers, I always love watching the most trolly of things, but whenever I run one myself, I prefer not to have that much troll. And just 5 rupees for that long way in Spiral Cave.
Don't diss Spiral Cave. You don't get to diss spirals. Okay, and now Paradox Cave, as it's called.
The fun part is that we're 38 minutes in, and our rupees are just, our runners are just 10 rupees apart.
Oh yeah, that is interesting.
But now, Problem just took the lead by 10 rupees.
Jighart's about to gain a lot of rupees if he wants. Oh no, the rupee lead is now Jighart's.
I think he fell behind on the rupees, so he just had to pick him up. Oh, and Problem's trying to gain up with that big 20.
And Problems gets his first sword.
Nice, so that would mean Master Sword for Jighart as soon as he gets there.
Yeah, also means that Problems gets a Master Sword momentarily when he checks. I like that mirror strat, just FYI, really cool.
I'm going to use that one as well, because it doesn't save that much time, but it saves enough to be worth it.
And you get the full heal.
And Jighart doing the exact same, setting up for the Death Warp, then face palming that he did.
Poor guys. They just wanted to reset the dungeon.
But so far, the only overworld that has not been checked is the northern part, the mirror location, and Catfish, I think. At least which they have access to at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Like now that Jighart is mirrored, like both these are like Problems is gonna be able to check way more of the overworld. So this is where his advantage comes from. Yes, he didn't get to check all of Dark Death Mountain, but he will be able to make a very clean. Oh, and he's opted not to go to Skull Woods, disrespecting the math.
In this case, it is actually the right choice though, because Skullwoods have absolutely nothing so far.
Problems also doesn't believe in the pendant Skullwoods as much. He will avoid it. He will go straight for crystals if they are an option. And with his current setup, he has access to a lot of dungeons.
Indeed, and he can check a bit more with the blacksmith route, which he can do, which Jighart did not do so far.
That is not the baby from Dinosaurs. That is actually Roy Koopa from Super Mario Brothers 3.
And indeed, Problems just gaining, well, much more rupees right now than Jighart.
Problems is also momentarily gonna begin his 4th crystal of the match, which is a lot of crystals.
That is insane for 41 minutes in.
Yeah. He'll be doing all of these down though, so it's gonna be about 10 minutes more-ish. Probably less, like 5 to 7 minutes.
I just loved how Jighart picked up that big 20 from that enemy just because he wanted to be the rupee lead, I think. And the advantage Jighart has in Helmasaur is that he can hold his sword out, so he can just hammer away.
You didn't do that with without a sword.
Yeah, but I think it's a bit safer when you have the sword. Then at least if Helmasaur decides to charge at you, you just, well, get knocked back a little bit.
Yeah, I suppose.
And chat just pointing out that we could have another Fire Raw Pedestal Seed.
Oh no, not again. I can't have a third
Oh wait, no,
one this
no, we
tournament.
can't because Skullwoods is a pendant.
Chat.
Thank God.
Chat, please. I'm just the dumb commentator. You can't lie to me like this.
And Jighart opting to go to the pyramid and maybe catfish after. Yeah, we haven't seen any of the medallions either, which is rare for a V26 seed. Meanwhile, Problems making his way through the Hellway without boots, and getting through there fairly confident with a Master Sword.
I wonder if Jighart's gonna go all the way to Catfish. Because he can actually mirror at Catfish. Nope.
Nope.
I was gonna say, you could combine Catfish and all of Zora. Do these runners not like Zora?
He doesn't have the flippers, so that would mean the Waterfall Fairy would still be a big unknown.
Oh, right. Flippers were from Old Man. And Problems finding his Titans, he's probably pretty happy about that. Maybe not, though, because, you know, he's just at Death Mountain. Oh yeah, Jighart gets to check this chest as well.
Yeah, indeed.
He's gonna get to shit the Blancrots. He's gonna have a little bit more of a, like...
Arrow upgrade.
Yeah, they're each gonna have a lot more areas to check than the other in their respective crisscrosses. They're really just crisscrossing back and forth. Trade in dungeons.
I think at this point it just all depends on where is that next progression item and who had the correct route to find it earlier.
Turns out, though, that going to Dark World early would have given them a sword, would have given them boots, would have given them Titans. Would have actually been would have been a really good play.
Yeah, but like I said, I think a lot of runners opt to skip that because there's a lot of things that, well, you can still do in the light world, which you might forget if you go early dark world.
Yeah, and a lot of runners like to keep the same route. But they'll do like the same thing, but I don't know.
I see a lot of problem supporters in the chat.
Problems is a good guy. Everyone should make sure that they follow ProblemsIRL and Jighart. Absolutely should. Your entire follower list should just be like Zelda rando runners.
Well, in this case, that would mean well over 250 people on your follower list. And look at all that problem support. Do we have any supporters from Jighart here as well? Or only problem supporters? So now we're going to see the Dark World Death Mountain from Jighart, while Problems is probably going for the, Oh wait, he's not going... Oh, he's probably going for Skull Woods. I thought he was going for the entire Graveyard Let's Check and Bonk Rocks.
So ProblemsIRL now going to Skull Woods after? It's gonna turn out to be the wrong decision, considering where we know boots are.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't get this quite, because he entered the Dark World and he would have been closer to Skull Woods at that point.
I hope he doesn't save and quit. That would be unfortunate.
I think knowing Problems, he wouldn't do that. Because he knows he can do the entire blacksmith route with the current setup he has.
Good point. Yeah, good point. There's a lot of overworld. Maybe he's just gonna check these 3 chests. Maybe he'll ignore the back. But he might not go to Vanilla Bidkey chest. Sorry, Vanilla Bidkey location. Where would he go if not Smith's did?
I would definitely expect a digging game and then the Smith's...
actually... He's
Problems playing a bit of pinball in that room.
A really good route here would be to do the entirety of the Smith's route, then go to Zora, then go to Ice Palace. If you really wanted to be silly about it, you could go Ice Palace to Zora.
Yeah, true, but they still lack a bomb bust or fire rod to finish up Ice Palace. I see somebody asking how that glitch works in Hera Basement. Basically, when Link is standing on top of one of the switches, as soon as it switches, it puts him in some kind of invulnerability state, which allows him to be, well, not hit by anything, because the game thinks he's in some kind of, well, in-between state.
Well, the game thinks he's being damaged. I think that the blocks, when they pop up, are dealing like some form of like no damage, but it does cause invincibility frames. It could also be that it's just like the game's safety. So like if a casual player got stuck there, they don't get stuck there, because that would be unfun.
Ooh, the Murder Dactyls going straight for Problems. They do a lot of damage on Greymail. Problems going to be so sad as soon as he does the digging game.
Yeah, he's doing pretty much everything else. Yet he doesn't have boots, so he's gonna have to come back here. It's not that big of a deal, but
But we did not see the Graveyard Lich yet, so let's hope that it has a good item. Yeah, I'd take that bottle. I mean, it's there and it's a free refill.
and with the mirror, we're gonna be seeing Dark World right now. No. Oh, no. No. Accurate to Turtle Rock? That seems like a mistake.
Yeah, I think he's just going to Spiral Cave and then take the portal on the bottom.
Yeah, I guess.
And we finally have our first catfish check here by Problems. And he's got the flippers as well, so we can check the waterfall ferry too.
This is the correct play. Or one of them. The other one was doing Smiths. He's gonna be really Dane. He's gonna be missing out on those boots.
Yeah, but I'd expect him to go to the southern road after this, because he cleared pretty much everything apart from that one bit right there.
What if he does ice though?
But he can't, because he does not have Bombos or a Fire Rod.
What if he gets Bombos or Fire Rod and then does ice?
Yeah, good point. I mean, diving into dungeons is pretty good in V26, so I would not be surprised that if he found a Fire Rod in this chest here, so then he would go there, but yeah.
Well, we still got Zora and the ledge. We haven't seen that yet.
I think Problems... Oh wait, Problems never checked those either.
Nope. Neither runner did. I called that they both would, and then they both walked to Ice Rock Cave.
Well, you remember what I said this morning about the catfish and Zora, right?
Mm-hmm. They are related, and they don't like to give you anything.
Indeed. And Jighart, meanwhile, picking up his Master Sword, and he is going to open T-Rock portal right now.
Oh! Oh, right, he's not fake flipping. I thought he almost died. Feels... Oh, just a full heart.
Well, that's better than what we had this morning with 1 green rupee.
That was neat.
Yeah, that was indeed the most expensive green rupee I've ever seen. And Problems going to do the southern part and then going blacksmith, I guess?
Okay, Bombos required. So another thing is Fire Rod could also be Ganon's tower locked.
Yeah, indeed, with that Bombos being there.
That could mean Bombos would be
wait.
required to enter 2 dungeons.
Is it possible to complete T-Rock without a Fire Rod? It isn't, because you need
It is!
No, you need to kill Trinax with the Fire Rod.
You're right, never mind.
Find our vegetables in Super Bunny Cave. A carrot in the Bunny Cave. How trivial can you get it?
You know, I almost just default assume that Turtle Rock is completable if you can get to Trinex, if you have the Ice Rod. So in my brain, I see the Ice Rod and I think, it's beatable. No, you actually do need the Fire Rod, and you don't always get it right away.
Let's see what's on the mirror ledge here.
And... No, don't take it! Go to Turtle Rock!
Oh, we have a Bombos for T-Rock and Flute for Meyer.
Whoa.
Probably just pick up the Flute. What is that? I don't know. If I would have gone into T-Rock just to see what it is.
I think I would want to check that first chest. And then I want to open it up and just walk in and check that first chest.
It's
right
chat
there.
saying we found Flombos. And Problems finally getting his boots.
Jighart may be looking for that flute for a while, but if that flute's a red herring and doesn't lead to anything, like if Meyer area has nothing, that's a bad thing for Problems.
Indeed. But we'll get to see what the blacksmith route gives us now.
Yep. In fact, it'll actually be an even faster blacksmith route. I would be surprised if Problems doesn't mirror and then flute with the chest, because he already did all of the stuff on the way that you normally do.
By the way, the flute leads us to desert because they have the mirror as well.
Oh, you know what? That could be. You're right. You know what? It might not be a Meyer like hint. It might be a desert. It might just be your desert access. Interesting.
So at this
Good
point,
observation.
we're just a fire rod away from go mode. Oh wait, and the hook shot, of course. But
yeah, hook shot.
This seed can literally be anywhere.
Mm-hmm. to be anywhere except for in the hookshot locked locations. And I know for a fact Problems cannot hover unless he's been secretly practicing it on the side, because he always jotes and does a 25% hover, with which is 25% speed on the emulator.
But then again, good thing that hovering is not required for the logic.
Oh yeah, required for overworld glitches, I believe, but not for this.
Jighart, I was about to say Jighart is going to totally disrespect that love that Zora gave him, but he just took it. But that brings him up to equal amounts of hearts that Problem has.
Lena Bean, hookshot is required to get that very, very last chest in GT to get to cross the gap at Moldorm.
And the funny part is that Problem found the flute, and he did the entire south route, so he can just flute with his lunchbox to Gary.
Yep. Jighart is checking the Zora and won't lead him to anything.
I think Jighart is going to ice right now.
Yeah, oh, he's going for the master play to ice.
It's going to be a bit awkward without hookshot, because if there's like a weird key setup, then yeah.
Problems is going to Adina?
Problems is taking a slightly weirder route towards the towards Gary.
Is this faster than Fluten to 7? Or sorry, Fluten...
don't know.
Huh. It is if you're what? No? What? I don't know. That was interesting. Maybe he fluted to 6 thinking he was going to go to like desert and then just like forgot he had the chest with him.
Yeah, I think the exact same. He was like fluting there. Oh wait, I still have something purple behind me. Let's hand that one in first.
What was the... Oh, I didn't see the... Did our tracker catch it? I hope so.
I did not see it.
Chat?
Oh, and Quake found. So I'm gonna take a wild guess, and Quake is required for Meyer. Or no, wait, chat is saying Ether. So that Quake is absolutely useless.
So somebody made a really good point. Hookshot could be here, and if that's true, that's really devious logic. If Hookshot was here, and then Fire Rod was in Hookshot Cave, that would be some sick logic. Because Bombos was in the bonk chest.
And boots were not required for desert.
Hmm.
So at this point, the boots were only required for getting Bombos in Hookshot Cave.
Which might have been required. We don't know that yet.
That is true. But yeah, like I said, that hookshot is basically the biggest question mark of this seed, because it can be literally from, well, the first chest they open until Ganon Tower, all the way on top, right before the validation chest.
Yep. Well, it depends on where they find a small key in this dungeon. This dungeon is very odd.
Jighart having some problems with the bomb jump in his palace. Down to 2 hearts.
He doesn't actually need it, because he's full clearing. Oh no! Yeah, so when you have Canis Amaria, you don't need to do that. Oh, there's the tape. Not required as far as we know, but we don't have Burna yet, and we have a bottle, so...
And both boomerangs in the Mire area.
Oh, that was... okay. That was Boomerang.
It was blue and it was bent, but it was not as bent as Burna.
Yeah, he's leaving ice. He doesn't want to do it. Although with Canis Amaria, he didn't need to. I
think I would have continued that with indeed using the Canis Amaria.
Hookshot can't be in GT because you need Hookshot for Swamp, right? But we don't need Swamp for GT.
Like I said, Hookshot can still be in GT somewhere.
It can be on right side or in the first... Yeah, it can be in right side. I don't think any of left side is in Hookshot's logic. But sometimes the game can require you to go all the way to Ice Armos via the right side for Hookshot.
The best part is that we could actually see a go mode in Ganon's tower in this seed.
Mm-hmm.
But that is the big problem in this seed. That hookshot can literally be anywhere, so as soon as they hit all the items to clear dungeons, they still need that hookshot.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing Jighart is going to find his flute while handing in the purple chest. So item-wise, they're roughly on the same pace. And did Problems actually check out Agina or not?
Well, the Ladea, I didn't know that you could bought the entirety of the left side puzzle. That's interesting. Pretty sure that there are parts, but like Ice Armos and Bob's chest can be hookshot because you can access them without hookshot. And Jighart gained his flute.
I think the play right now would be Ice Palace because they literally cleared nearly everything. Or, of course, T-Rock with that bombos that's all close to it.
Yeah, that's the question. Fire Rod and hookshot being MIA right now is a big deal.
Jighart finding the flute, just tossing the purple chest away and like, let's activate that flute first.
Yeah, when he goes to activate the flute, it'll reset the purple chest back to its home location, so if he wants to take it, he can just walk back there.
Yeah, indeed. I think I would definitely do that, though, because I think this is the faster way.
There you go. There's your moment of silence for the duck song.
Meanwhile, Seaman posting all the lyrics, so hopefully people have sung that during the Swagdog anthem.
One second. I'll be right back.
And Problem's going to Death Mountain, so will he check East Death Mountain and right after that T-Rock or not? Jighart in the meanwhile fleeing to 7th hand in his purple chest to get the big 20 out of the lunchbox. Problem checking Spy Cave. We have not seen what's in there either. So let's see what's in Spy Cave. 300 rupees. Well, someone was just saying that Jighart was in the rupee lead, but there goes Problems again.
So Problems is going to find that bombos.
So yeah, I think after they cleared the east side of Death Mountain, at least the dark side, and they only have 2 locations left, and that's Ice Palace and T-Rock.
Fire Rod should be in that first chest in Turtle Rock. I wonder if Problems will check Turtle Rock.
Well, Fire Rod can actually be all the way up to Laser Bridge if the all the keys are correctly located in T-Rock.
Yeah, that's true. And this seed is leading to some interesting scenarios.
And Swamp is open as well, but it can only access the left-hand side at the moment because they do not have the hookshot. And I see Neely saying that if Problems is unlucky, he would only get one chest in Turtle Rock. But on the other hand, if he gets lucky, he only gets one chest because that doesn't sidetrack him all that much. Yeah, let's see if Problems opt to do the exact same as Jighart when he finds the bomb boss.
Go straight to Ice Palace? Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, he still needs to check Super Bunny Cave, so...
Yeah.
What if the very first chest in T-Rock has the ether?
Oh, that would be... That'd be cool. Oh, he just did a full magic refill. He's going to... Yeah, he's going to Turtle Rock. The third sword was right there.
Let's see if T-Rock was the correct play or not.
You know what? Trying to... Oh, yeah. No. So, Ped Seed is dead, by the way, guys. All the items we're missing are in Pedestal. Yeah. Ped Seed's dead. Sorry, friends.
I was actually looking forward to another fire rod on the pedestal.
Swamp could very easily be the right play. They've had access to the front half of Swamp for quite a while. Sorry, left side, I guess.
Yeah, but then again, would you do it when you know you can enter T-Rock, which is a crystal, and you can clear out Ice Palace, which is also the crystal?
No, I would do both of those. Jighart must, though, be feeling a little dismayed that he wasn't able to do the strat. Now, they are actually now even on crystals for the first time. So, now we can maybe make a guess on who's ahead. I think it might be Problems by just a little teeny bit. Oh, no.
Oh,
Dungeon
It is an Ice Palace or Swamp.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, both of our runners checked roughly the exact same amount of chests, have the exact same items, and they're roughly on the same pace. So this is a really interesting race so far.
To be honest, checking that was the correct play, I think. Checking that first chest.
Definitely do that, yeah.
If that was a small key, and it led you to Laser Bridge, which led you to an item, or if it was Fire Rod and it lets you finish the dungeon, and it only took him, what, 30 seconds?
Yeah, and he also has the portal open so far as well, so that just saves him time in the, back of the race.
That'll actually save him time on the ascent as well. I believe that somebody told me...
Agita a small present there.
I believe I was told that it's actually faster. Now here's the real question while we're just seeing them tread each other's steps. What do we do for the T game? If they don't have hook shot, do we... Because I guess we still count the bit key, but that'll be a long guessing game.
Still guess the bit key, but then again, aren't we supposed to do the key game as soon as they're in go mode, Ganon Tower?
Nope, it's when they kill the boss and then when they enter the tower.
Ah, okay.
What if he kills the boss and then goes to check other things? We have to leave the game open for like a really long time. That would be fun.
Well, that does give Chad a long time to think about where that bit key is. But yeah, Jighart was in here before, and he died to the bomb jump. What if the fire rod is actually in here?
Then Jighart is gonna feel really bad, because he is slightly behind right now. Their routes are now officially converged. There's not much.
I think at this point, the only difference between the two is that Problems at Spike Cave and T-Rock. That's roughly everything.
Yeah, and even with those, he's ahead of Jighart in the dungeon.
Problems going for the bomb jump here as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to find the hook shot, but he can't find it.
Is this where he realizes he doesn't have hook shot and he didn't know? You can actually block over that gap, yeah. I was
It's
about
all
to say.
about muscle memory, though. I mean, you're just so used to picking up the the hook shot and just going all the way through it.
Because like once you equip the hood shot after that jump, you never unequip it in this dungeon until you like, except for the freezors. Like you swap to the bombos and then you kill there. It's like... So if the small T is in freezor chest, problems will probably go back up, and he'll do the other route, or he'll like there's a few things he could do.
Yeah, you can also opt to do the bomb jump in the hookshot route.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see it that often, but it is possible.
It's not actually too hard. It's a lot easier than the other bomb jump, but. Oh
There
my
it is!
goodness!
We have reached goal mode on problems, except for hookshot.
We're in goal mode? No, we're not, because we need the hood shot. The hood shot is required.
So guys, let's make a different game instead of the usual big key guessing game. Where is the hookshot guessing game? Let's play that.
I almost wanted like do like the start and then just be like, go guess how many chests until they. No, can't break the game. But that would be fun.
What would you have rather seen in Ice Palace though? Would you rather have seen the hookshot or the fire rod?
Both?
The one advantage is that they can effectively full clear out. Well, yeah, they can clear out entire T-Rock and head into Ganon Tower. Only Jighart opting to go mode this dungeon, whereas Problems is checking everything. So if hookshot's in here, that could be huge for Problems.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think if I don't know if this is logic, if this is going against the logic. Oh, he's gonna try to get to the big key chest. He did it.
Nice.
Wow, beautiful.
And having the bomb open that wall just because he doesn't have a hookshot.
Gets hit by freezers and they hit hard. Small T.
And a piece of heart from
where was Big Key? Which chest? Big Key was in the first chest, right? No.
Big Key was on the right hand side, the chest which you usually check last.
That dungeon is hookshot locked.
It could mean that this gamble by Jighart puts him in a small lead over Problems. But both runners are roughly, I think, 1 minute apart of each other. This is a really exciting race.
Somebody who knows the logic better would probably be able to tell me.
Well, both of our runners did not check the entire right-hand side of Ice Palace.
That was some good pattern from... Wow, Coldstare cooperated. He stayed together for a long time.
I just looked at Jighart flute again, and meanwhile Problems just annihilated Coldstare.
So both runners making the gamble that Hoodshot's not here.
Yeah, I think there's one item left in Ice Palace.
Yeah. But I think it might be Hoodshot locked by logic. Just because of where the small and big keys were.
I think it is.
Is the first chest in Hoodshot Cave Hoodshot locked? No. But the key placement, I believe, locked the rest of the dungeon, so...
I'm going to be right back.
Yeah. Hey, GamerCal coming in. I trust GamerCal. GamerCal is quite smart about this game. So we're going to go with the Hoodshot is not there. I think that is true. I'm going to go with that. What if both dip into GT and both start to learn to hover? Well, then we have an interesting game on our hands. Both players attempting to learn hover mid-race. And there's that bid key that we already knew is there. Hoodshot can't be on pedestal. This is very close. They are neck and neck right now. Problems just was a little bit more thorough in Ice Palace. They actually have to also do this the lawn way. Fire shield. Key. Okay. Fire shield's nice in this dungeon. Mirror shield's better, but fire shield is nice. They are almost certainly going to go straight from here to GT. Just because it makes the most sense. Whoa, that was a sick way to clear that room. Throw in the... Problem's slightly ahead now. This is sick. Like, this is literally back and forth. This is a true race. If they have mushroom, they don't need powder. This is mostly true. Oh, gets turned into a bunny mid-use. Interesting. And the golden sword for both runners. Problems of Jighart probably quite happy with that.
And I am back, guys. Sorry about that. It's actually nice to see that both these runners are roughly 10 seconds apart from each other, and every small mistake gives the lead back to the other guy.
That just happened. We just saw Problems make a slight mistake in... He was ahead going into the dungeon, makes a mistake in the spin room. Makes a faster strat in chain chomp room, gets ahead. Gets bunnied in another room, falls behind.
This is the true meaning of racing. I mean, after 1 hour and 20, we nearly have a high 5 going into the Mimic Cave.
They also spent a good, like, what, hour and 10 doing completely different routes? Like, were they ever doing the same route?
Their routes only converge until they get into Ice Palace.
Yeah. And even then, I mean, Jighart went in earlier, and, like, they basically dipped into a different dungeon first. Like, it's crazy.
And I think they roughly checked the exact same amount of chests, apart from Problems maybe doing 1 extra chest in Ice Palace.
And yet they are entering this room almost at the exact same time. This is...
This is insane, this race.
Oh my goodness.
This could very well be decided by 1 left or right gamble in GT.
I mean, they're kind of funneled into the right side play, but I agree that this also could depend. Like, what if they find Ether in this dungeon? Then they have... Oh, there's a shot! There's a shot! We're in go mode!
Synchronized go mode.
Whoa, this is a race! This is the biggest... Holy crap!
Go mode, 1 hour, 19 minutes, and roughly 30 seconds in, and both runners in the exact same room, in the exact same dungeon.
Okay, if the bid key is in... Okay, I normally am a 22 voter. I'm going to vote 1. I want to see this Seed.
Just look at this. The one who's using hookshot and getting just slightly inches behind the other guy.
Oh, you weren't getting hovers out of these two runners. I'm telling you that right now. No matter what. Blue cane. Completely
Both of
useless.
these guys just walking past. Oh, there's their Meyer access.
Rip.
So who's going to find that key first?
Problems is going to get the key first. Is he going to use the safety door? No, he's not. He's going to go straight. And this is where Problems gets another lead.
Oh, Jighart checking the wrong chest there.
Oh no, he's being so thorough. It's almost too thorough. He's going to do the Swade strat. Oh, he gets it.
Oh, that was really close, that cane shot.
Oh, and he takes the death. That was probably intentional. He had taken a lot of damage in the dungeon, so that does set him a little bit behind. Oh man, this is intense. This is right side, left side gamble difference still, folks.
Problems go for the fast kill on. Oh, and he barely gets it. Well, barely misses it even.
Oh, he got it in one cycle. No ice attacks.
He gets the one cycle on.
Doesn't avoid the head.
Let's see if Jighart can manage a zero cycle.
That would be sick. It's very tight, I think. Hey, oh, he gets it before the body is the vulnerable section.
That was a clean phase 2 Trinax.
Man, I never would have thought when this seed started to develop and it was starting to feel a little bit trolly with the fire rod missing, the hood shot missing. I didn't think they were going to enter go mode at the same time.
Let's see, Problems accidentally rock at 1 hour 22.
Guys. Oh, the game did start. Okay, never mind. Remember, if you are a subscriber or you've donated 250 bits to the channel at any point, I think at any point, then you will get shouted out by the bot if you get the guess right. So make sure you get those subscriptions in as well. Support the channel. But also make sure that you support the runners.
At this moment, there's roughly 30 seconds between Problems and Jighart.
When did we add that? We just added it.
So, what will we see in Ganon Tower?
Okay, so that's 1. That's a 2. No key, so no right side gamble. So both these runners are going to be funneled to the same side. So this is going to be a race of execution. No gambling allowed.
Depends on whether somebody's going for the Dark Magician.
There's the small key. He's going to have to grab that. Oh yeah, that's true. Jighart could do Dark Magician route, which is do left side to the Stelphos room, skip killing the Stelphos. Go to right side. That's possible with that key placement on the torch. Although, say bye to our friend Bob.
Jighart going right side, not finding a key. And
shovel.
Probably the shovel.
And 4, 5, 6, 7, nothing so far.
But this is a really intense race. They're both extremely close together. And the burrito in the firebar room.
8.
If Jighart decides to go for the Dark Magician strat, that would be intense.
Original finds, Findas, do not worry. Adenum is the same for both runners, so it's still in execution. And Ganon's teleports in phase 3 are the same, so you can't lose a race here because Ada or Ganon trolls you.
And Jighart opting to go to the left side as well, so yeah, this is just one runner chasing after the other.
Oh man. This could come down to the gauntlet execution, to read in the Ada pattern.
To Moldorm falls to, well, missing an arrow on Ganon to missing the torch glitch even.
That's... Oh man, I lost count. Chat, help.
This is
How
9
many
to
chests is
12.
that? That's 9 to 12? Okay. So next chest is 13. 18? No, that's not how many chests at all.
Let's see, we had 2 right side, torch, 4 in Stelfa's room, firebar room. Oh wait, the other one, yeah, that's 10 to 13. I forgot the one in the room that Jighart just passed.
So next is 14. So Bob's chest is 14 today.
I'm bad at counting, guys, I'm sorry. That's why I just commentate your matches. And Bob having the big key.
Okay.
So lucky number 14 wins. And it looks like Jay Ditz is having the correct guess today.
Congratulations.
You win a shout out from the bot. And as Chen just pointed out, we are still on green tunic.
Oh wow, yeah, that's gonna make Ganon and Adrit. That's gonna make the gauntlet just a little bit rougher.
Indeed, and especially Ganon, because if you get hugged by Ganon, that's 8 hearts of damage.
Is it?
Yes, it's 8 hearts of damage on green mail.
That's insane. Yeah, sorry for people who don't know, Bob is the lovable mascot of Randomizer. He is a glitched sprite. Looks a little bit like a Dordo from Kirby, had like melded with one of those anti-fairies. It's a glitch sprite that actually exists in the vanilla game, but it's impossible to see it without looking at the game code.
So Chad is saying that Jighart is 49 seconds behind, but that could easily be easily be compensated by 1 Moldorm fall or just 1 bad Aga pattern. And ProblemsIRL just figure skating through that ice room.
Palms is low on hearts, but I believe that both these runners have a fairy.
Still a very clean land mode 2 fight from Problems, getting the 0 cycle, or well, 1 cycle even. Jighart opting for safety fairies, that is not what you need to do in this case.
Yeah, he doesn't. I wondered if he thinks he's just really ahead, because you're in Ganon's tower at the time he entered, like. That's
but if
insane.
Jighart would have cleared out Ice Palace when he first entered, he would have been in go mode a lot earlier.
Yeah, he would have been a little bit ahead. Like, this is still, though, under a minute. A fall to Ganon would lose Problems the match at this point.
Problems just using that red potion because he sees he has no powder for the anti-fairies.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he will open any more chests because he is just good to go to teach Ganon a lesson.
Yeah, the only one I could see him open is the last chest, maybe the second last chest, because they're right there. Maybe he's looking for half magic. Maybe he's looking for a potion. He already knows that there's one potion that he skipped. I think both runners skipped Graveyard Ledge Potion.
Problems took it. It was the red potion he just used.
Okay. Oh, it was okay. He in fact did not just check the second to last chest in the run.
Making quick work of Moldorm not falling out, which is really important.
And nope,
Oh,
he's opting to skip it. He's opting to skip the end there because, you know, takes a second or two to look at the item there. Probably is nothing.
Problems feels like this is a really tight race, else you would not skip that validation chest. Let's see how friendly Agatu is today. That is not a bad pattern. Getting a nice double hit. And another double hit.
Oh, and that second one missed.
And now he gets the perfect triple positioning. Still a pretty
What is
clean Aga 2
oh.
fight.
Okay, was Aga glitching out there? Okay,
I was
Jighart
looking at the items that Jighart was picking up, so I did not see what Aga was doing.
Oh man, Jighart, you're checking so many extra thins. One fall to Ganon, he might still be in it, but it's looking bleak. Problems is really good final fight execution.
I have never seen Problems fall to Ganon, if I may be honest.
I'm pretty sure I have, but he's very good at the boss fights. Boss fights are his strength. He's as an ex-Isaac speedrunner. The game was almost all combat, similar to Zelda 1, and so he's very good at these like top-down kind of action games. And there he is, both double one cycle. We are getting the hype Ganon music. There's a quick teleport. Oh, one. Okay, yeah, he's being a little trolly right now. Luckily, both runners will get the pattern. That's a 2-hit from Jighart's side. Still a fall apart.
That's a single hit.
Oh no, Jighart misses the final hit that.
He does.
Oh, and
that is a
easy
nice
triple.
position for a triple hit on Problems.
Yeah.
Oh, he misses it.
Oh.
And there you have it. Good
Wow.
for Problems.
Congratulations to ProblemsIRL. Fantastic race all around. That was one of the man. We got to race or commentate some great races today, haven't we?
Indeed. And Problems IRL finishes on an official SRL time of 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 15 seconds.
Welcome, Problems. Congratulations.
Hello. Oh god, I'm shaking.
Congratulations.
Do you know how? Do you want to take a guess on how close you guys were?
I felt like, I mean, I checked almost everything. The whole time I was thinking, like, did he go to swamp? Didn't he go to swamp? How early did he find boots? How early did he find flute? There were so many things on my mind. I have no idea how close this was.
So the entire race, we didn't know either because you were on two completely different routes until they converged, and you
I thought
entered
that, yeah.
go mode within a second of each other.
Jesus
Opened-
Christ.
You entered Turtle Rock the second time. Your second time entrance, he actually went into Ice Palace, failed the bomb jump, and left. You went to Turtle Rock,
Oh,
picked up the
no.
big key, and left. So
Well, I was done in
entered,
G-Rock after the
yeah,
big
you
key, so-
entered that Turtle Rock the second time. Your second time, his first, within I think a second of each other.
Jesus.
You went the last like 5-10 minutes of this seed has been absolutely nuts from a viewer's perspective.
Oh
This
my
whole
God, I'm
seed was
glad.
crazy.
And looks like Jighart is setting up for the triple hit as well here. Not
Oh.
getting it, just like Problems.
Oh no, you actually done a better teleport though than you did. So there it
Oh
is.
my god, I was so nervous because I felt really good about my route, but at the same time I cleared basically everything.
No,
Yeah,
both your
that's
routes
fun.
were actually pretty good.
The fun part about both of your routing was you went pot first, so you had your mirror and your cane, and he went the Thief Sound route first, and he had really early boots.
That's what I was thinking. Like those boots and the flute right next to each other, that didn't feel good. That didn't feel good at all.
Yeah, we didn't feel that great either when we saw that. We were like, oh, Problems, please go back.
Oh my god, that really didn't feel good. I didn't want to go to Thieves Town because we got immediate access, but it was like, okay, do I really want to do Thieves Town with
Wait, was
green
the
mail
flute?
and 4 hearts and the hammer?
Was the flute actually required that seed, or did it just speed
Yeah,
up
it
a little
was
bit?
for desert. They had it.
Oh,
on the-
Yeah, we
okay.
needed the flute to get into the desert, exactly.
Yeah.
But that seed, that early game, gave you guys so many items for so many
Yes,
different
There were a
routings.
lot of things.
Yeah, what? You could have gone into Dark World at 3.5 minutes if you did the
Yes.
exact right route.
Yeah, exactly. Thieves Town was open right after Kakariko, basically.
Yeah,
And
did you
I still didn't go there until like 40 minutes.
don't worry, neither he he went there a little bit earlier than you, but like he didn't have the advantage of having the mirror and stuff when he was there. So, like you said, this is a great one to watch back. Like,
I gotta watch that back.
this
Then,
is insane.
And we've got Jighart in the chat as well.
Gosh. Oh my goodness,
Congratulations
Jighart,
on
thank you
run,
for the
Jighart.
match.
What a run.
Oh, hey, Jighart. GG.
Hey, GG. What a
Jighart,
seed.
What a
we
scene.
told-
yeah.
we told Problems, you guys spent the first, I don't know, 90 minutes or like 80 minutes of the seed basically doing completely different routes, and then both converged at Turtle Rock. You entered your first time in Turtle Rock, his second time was you entered within like a second of each other. I'll post the clip in chat now that the race is done.
I
I don't even have
Fluffy
chat up.
Mittens
Hold on.
posting it.
Yeah, I'll post it in the Discord so you can see it.
That's crazy though. This seed was really hard, like not to almost full clear. It
Mhm.
felt
There you guys go.
because everything was so spread out. The game gave you access to everything, and everything was just spread around everywhere, and you had to pretty much go everywhere to find it.
Yeah, but what were you guys thinking when you hit goal mode with that fire up but not having hookshot?
I saw the fire rod, and I actually felt really good about that because I knew at that point. That's an interesting one actually, because I realized Ice Palace was hookshot locked. So if T-Rock wasn't the answer, I would have probably gone to Swamp after. I was prepared to look like a genius after that, but then the hookshot just showed up in T-Rock and ruined my parade.
Yeah, you both skipped right side Ice Palace, so.
Well, I didn't skip it. I messed up my bomb jump and I died before, so I just said screw that. It's not gonna be there anyway. I was actually hoping Problems would go to Swamp because I was thinking hookshot's gonna be in GT at this point, and then it just showed up in TR. So yeah, that's good.
That was a really convenient place for that hookshot indeed. But at the same time, you just know that your opponent also checks that chest and finds that hookshot.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there was no advantage to begin from the hookshot. Like, I was really hoping for the hookshot not to be in T-Rock, and then I could just, not go to GT and look for it elsewhere. It's also part of the reason why I did go to Ice Palace early, to get a read on where the hookshot may or may not be, and because it was probably the only sensible option, but...
Yeah, because Problems, you decided to go into T-Rock as soon as you found the bomb boss, but Jighart decided to skip that and went straight for Ice Palace. But unfortunately, like he just said, he died on the bomb jump and then immediately bailed on it.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But yeah, like, I mean, I took the T-Rock teleport because I was prepared to go in at this point anyway, and then I saw Bombos, and I couldn't go in, and then I went to Hookshot Cave, and there was Bombos, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna stick with the plan then, I guess.
Bombos in Hookshot Cave and Hookshot in T-Rock. It's pretty fun. But
Yes.
yeah, I went there before Ice, so I saw Bombos, but I didn't have Fire Rod, so I just said, yeah, let's go to Ice Palace, and then I died.
But can I ask, what made you guys decide to go either the Thieves Town route or the pod route? Is that just personal preference, or do you just have some kind of something in your mind, like, okay, I can clear pod, let's just go for it, or?
I mean, I was considering it, and like the game gave us really, really early access to Thieves Town, so it was on my mind the entire run. But then, I had 4 hearts, and I would have had to do Thieves Town on 4 hearts with no sword, only the hammer, and I was like, I don't really want to do that. And then luckily the bow showed up, and I was like, okay, now I can spend some time in Pod and Eastern. So that worked out fairly conveniently. I just didn't want to go to Thieves Town underprepared.
Yeah, pretty much the same. When I got the gloves, the first thing I did was to go back to the back of Escape and got the bow. And then I think I just got the teleporter in Kakariko Village, so I just went to Thieves Town, but I knew the next play would be Pod because I had everything to complete it. But that's mostly routing at this point, and I think I'm more comfortable with early Thieves Town than Pod.
Yeah, like between that bow and those silvers, I felt pretty good about it. Besides, I also got burned this tournament in my match versus Tear for not checking the pyramid, so that's always kind of on my mind, you know, like that one spot that messes you up once. So I decided to go to Hype Cave and then to Pyramid and then to Pod to knock that out because I'm getting paranoid about that spot.
But what were you guys thinking at the very first chest you both opened? I mean, I can imagine that, especially for you problems, that with your current record, you're 1-3, you were pretty much fighting for your tournament life. Probably some nerves, and then you open your very first chest and you see silvers. What's going through your mind at that point?
It's like, we're gonna be in for a ride. At that point, like, if I see silvers in the first chest, I just expect the bow to be in Ganon's Tower. And the arrows are just completely useless for almost the entire run. But that didn't work out, thank God.
I'm actually glad we got silvers because that carried me through Skullwoods. Because these keep those, I had just the hammer,
God.
no boomerang. I just shot them. That was so much easier. That was really enjoyable.
I hate that room with a passion. I had the
Yeah.
cane for it, luckily, because I went to Pod first, so it wasn't a big deal, but that room...
Oh, yeah.
I messed that up every time without cane.
Yeah, it was really fun to see that both routes gave you guys some really helpful items for, well, different stuff of the route you were going to do after that, which the other runner could not do.
Yeah, I think we have another race happening on Speed Gaming 2, and then there will be another race on this channel an hour after that. The one here will be a double header, so that is interesting. And our tracker today was Shades. He's normally commentating. He'll be commentating the 4-way at 7 p.m.
Oh, you should watch that. Shades is good.
Yeah, Shades is a good commentator. And so again, I want to thank Problems and Jighart for the amazing race. Like, I had the pleasure of commentating 2 fantastic seeds today, and that one was definitely one of them. Jeez.
You bet this was a fantastic seed. This was...
That was fast. Thank you very much to both of you. Thank you very much to Zertanol for being my co-commentator. Thank you very much to the Shades AT for being our tracker. Thank you very much to chat for giving me thank you. Definitely don't forget to follow Zertanol, Problems, and Jighart, and Shades. Yeah, I think that's all that can be said. There's a race starting shortly. And, yeah, I guess we can go all watch that, or come back here in an hour. If you need a break, you need supper, go do that. Have a wonderful day. This is good, unless the runners have anything else they want to say.
Well, we both gonna fight for our lives next week. That's gonna be another fun week.
I've
Yeah.
already been fighting for my life. This is stressful, man.
I am super excited to watch all of the 2-3s next week. Like,
Everyone's
those
gonna be
matches
there.
are going to be intense. Those are going to be the most intense matches next week. So
Yeah.
good luck to both of you. Hopefully, Problems, you don't have to play against the 3-3.
I wouldn't be surprised at
Or
this point.
wait,
I've
3-3.
been.
Yeah, 3.
Can we just mention
Yep.
how I
Oh, I mentioned it at the start. Don't worry.
every single match so far in this tournament? It's pretty
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah, that
Who was your
really
Who
rough
was your
on
first
both.
opponent?
My first one was. You mean round 1?
Yeah.
I started out with Alminster.
Oh, yeah. So you started out with a difficult opponent.
Yeah, it's already started out hard, and then I got Amazing Ampharos.
Yep.
Then I got Tear, who had a better record than me at the time. Then I got Jet, who had a better record than me at the time. Now I got Jighart, who had a better record than me. So I'm
You
fully
made it.
expecting to be paired with Ben or Andy next week.
I was about to say, Problem, just to make you feel better, Ben just went 2 and 3 as well, or
I
3
did
and
see
2.
that.
so-
I did see that. I can't wait.
Well, enjoy both of you. Have a wonderful day. Good luck with your practice. And we'll see you in next week, which starts 2 days from now because it's a short week.
This Sunday, the last week will be starting.
So yeah, enjoy the rest of your days of rando, and peace out.
Yeah, see ya.
Have a good
See
evening,
you.
guys.